Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to do a 6-pocket waterfall project. And I saw this on another YouTube channel, and it is Pretty Pink Craftroom. And she's pretty new to YouTube also, so stop by her channel and check it out. I thought this was a pretty cute idea. I've made these before in bigger sizes, but I thought this was really cute because everybody, you know, does stuff a little bit different. So this is what we're going to do today. And these are done with 6x6 papers. Now, I didn't have 6x6 papers that I really liked to go together, so I just cut my 12x12s down to the 6x6. So this is the papers that I'm using this pink, and it looks like it's kind of almost like a tie-dyed effect. And then this paper and this yellow, and the yellow, it doesn't show up real good on camera, I know, but the yellow is almost like the same effect. So I'll give you the scoring measurements, and I'll show you on my little scoreboard. Now on this one, I just have to see what I'm doing here a second, make sure I turn this out right. Okay. So we're going to put the right side of the paper down. And for the first one, we're going to score at 2 inches. You have to be able to see where my 2-inch mark is. So we're going to score at 2 inches. Bring this over and fold it down. Now this would be a good project for double-sided paper, but I didn't have the double-sided paper, so I just stamped some leaf and flower designs on the front part that's going to show. And then on this one, we're also going to put this face down, and we did this at 2 3/8. Let me make sure that's what that says. That says 2 3/4. Wait a minute. Got the wrong one. This second, yeah, this is going to go down also. The second one is 2 3/8. So that's going to show the white. And then on this one here, because we want the yellow to show, this is going to get scored at 2 3/4. And then when we fold this over, the yellow is going to show here, the white is going to show here. Because we want some of this one to show the color also. I hope it wasn't confusing. It probably is. But that's how I tried to explain it anyway. Because I have mine all cut out and stamped and, stamped and all that stuff. So, and then on the first 3 papers, well, the first 3 sides of the papers, she made her notches for like her pockets, and this is what I used. I used the notch punch that goes with this little scoreboard, and this is a set. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and what it is the envelope board. Now I haven't made an envelope with it yet, but I like the small scoreboard, and I really like this punch here. It's the notch side and the corner rounder. So with this board and this, you can make pockets. So on the very first sheet, she made her notch at 1 1/4 inches. She just measured, what do I do with my ruler? She just measured over from the edge 1 1/4 and did her notch. And then on the second one, she measured from the edge and went over 3 inches and made her notch. And then on the last one, she went over 4 3/4. Now, this looks off just a little tiny bit because I probably didn't have this right in the center. But what I did was I laid my papers like this, and I just measured and made a mark and measured and made another mark and measured, and then that's where I knew how to make my notches. Now, if you don't have one of these notches, you can use like the circle punch. You don't have to make notches if you don't want them, or you can just draw like a half a circle. Just draw around something and then cut around it, and that would make your notch. So there's all kinds of ways to do it. You don't have to have all of this fancy stuff. I just recently, within the last, probably year, got this. But I really like this. And then I also used my corner rounder to round all my corners. The only corners I didn't round was these top corners. So now, and you can see where I made my stamps. So I only went in so far because otherwise I would have just been wasting time and ink. So this is what they'll look like, and this is how you get your waterfall effect. So then you just start off by gluing your pockets shut, and that's going to hold your pockets together. I'm only going to glue the sides of the pockets, because once they're all glued together, it's not going to fall apart, so you don't have to glue across the bottom. I mean, if you want to, you can, feel free. Try to stay close to the edge, and then your pockets will stay roomy. Now, when I put them in, I like to just pat it down a little bit, make sure that they're all straight, and then just keep folding. Now, I went ahead, and after I rounded my corners, I went ahead and did my inking. And if you don't ink, you don't have to. I was kind of up in the air whether I was going to ink or not, but I decided at the last minute that I was just going to go ahead and ink them, just to highlight the edges a little bit. And I did it in pink. And this is going to be a pretty colorful project because the scrap papers that I used, or the scrapbook papers, I should say, that I used, come from the same paper pad. And a lot of them are really bright and colorful, so we're going to have the same colors or papers that I used in the backgrounds for my tags and my inserts and my my tabs on my tags. So it'll be pretty colorful, which is fine because not everybody does, the junk journaling. There's still a lot of people that scrapbook. I like to scrapbook. And I like you know, most scrapbooks are pretty colorful, and I like that. All right, so there's our pockets all glued together. And then I just kind of run my ruler down through just to make for sure, you know, that nothing is sticking. And that's something you can do, or you just really don't have to. I just want to make for sure that they're not stuck together. Okay, now for the 3 top pockets, she made what she called inserts. So we're going to start with them. Now let me see, I think this one goes with this one. And if it doesn't, well, we'll get it on the way back. No, it doesn't. This one goes with this one. So, them are my decorations for them, so we'll just lay them aside. Now my top insert, see, they just lay in there sideways. They fit nice. So my first insert is 5.5 long and 2.25. Let me see, this is 2 1/8. Yeah, it's 2 1/8 wide, so it's 2.5 by, or whatever I said, 5.5. And then we're going to add a tab to it. Now I even stamped on the solid colors of my stamp, or my tabs, just to gussy them up a little bit. So, excuse me, geez oh man, every time I start talking I get a froggy. I'm going to set this down in here and make sure my tab just comes around in there to kind of match my notch. So I'm just going to lay it down here and glue some. So how's everyone doing today anyway? Hope everyone's been having a good day. Sun's shining outside and it's not raining, so that's a good day. Now you could also back these on a cardstock if you wanted. I'm just leaving them as the paper. They're just journal papers. And sometimes to me just having the paper is okay. All right, now on our second one, get on in there. And I didn't actually plan on these two being together. Oh, had to cough. I didn't plan on these two being together, but I made the first one, and, well, don't ask me what I did. But I messed it up, so I had to hurry up and throw some more papers together. That's why these two are together. And then this paper here, this design here, actually started here, and I don't think the yellow. I think I had this one, and the pink. I didn't have any more of these to make my small one, so that's what we ended up with. but yeah, it works. Doesn't matter. So let me just put a little mark there is where I want this notch. Maybe I'll put the pink one on. Other than that, though, I tried to separate them. But I still think it'll look okay. And then on the back of these, you have lots of journaling space. So this one goes in here. And then the last one, and so I didn't plan on these two yellows being together either. It was just how my paper worked out. Because I've been using, I've been using out of this paper pad for quite a while, because I've had it for years. And then after a while, you just kind of run out of them. But what are you gonna do? So we'll put this one on here. I had all of the tags and everything already cut out, so I didn't want to go to a different paper pad. And there is that one. Okay, and we'll stick this one back in. And like I say, if you prefer, you can back these on cardstock. Now we have these two pockets back here left. Oh, wait a minute. We'll just decorate everything all at the same time. So I made two shorter pockets and then two little bit longer pockets. So my shorter pockets are going to go in this first one, and they measure 3.5 long and 2 3/4 wide. So both of the short ones are the same. Let's see, I think I'll put the yellow one on this one. And now you can use whatever you want for your tabs. You can use lace or ribbon. You can actually use whatever kind of tab you want. I don't have a tab cutter, so I just make my own. And these ones were just cut out of circles, and then I cut the sides off at an angle, and I think it works just fine. And then I think I'll put this one on here. Nah, I'll put this one in the last one, so I'll just put these two together. If I was getting off camera, sorry about that, I wasn't paying attention. And you have lots of journaling space on these. So these ones will go down in this pocket. So like I say, it's going to be a pretty colorful. Try to slide it over just a little bit. There. It can be a pretty colorful set. Now I'll put this one on there and this one on here. I don't want them to look the same, so I'll put this one on here. So out of my tabs, I was just using up scraps. So what I used for my tabs was just what was left. And let me see, the long ones are 4 1/8 long and 2 3/4 wide. So this is definitely a pretty quick project. Once you get everything cut out. Now sometimes when I'm doing stuff, I'll do stuff as I go along. When I'm doing my videos, I like to have all of my stuff out and ready. When it's all ready to go, it takes less time. I don't like to look for my stuff while I'm on video. Only once in a while when I absolutely have to. Right. So that's the pocket set. So that's cute. Now we'll take everything back out and we will gussy them up a little bit. I'm going to start here with my my outside, and I'm just, this, when I printed this, my printer didn't, it didn't print right. So some of these printed like where it was just half, which works just fine. So I'm going to put this on here. I tossed the idea around about putting it this way or putting it this way, but all in all, I like it better going this way. So that's where we're going to put it. And I made a little mark on both so I knew where the center was. So I didn't really have to think a lot about it. So I'll go ahead and erase my little marks here. Okay. Let me see. I think I had this one on this and this one on this. And I'm thinking with my tags, or my tabs, I don't even need these little things on here. So that'll work just fine. So we'll have little writing space on the front. I have writing space on the front and writing space on the back. So that works good. Okay, now for these two, did I lose one? Okay, hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so we can just say I changed my mind midstream about how I was going to decorate them. So we're going to go ahead and put these on here. Because I put the wrong one on the little tags, so we'll just change it up a little bit. I think these look pretty cute on the tags. Okay, so we have writing on the front, journaling on the back. Well, journaling on the front also, but so we'll just stick them down in there. Now for these, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to put this one on here. We have writing space on the front still. Put this one on here. And then on this one, because this one is a little narrower, and because of the placement for this, I'm just going to put that on there with that. So that one will be just a little bit different. And that will be okay. And I had these two cut apart, so I just kind of glued them back together. And in the end, it all works out. Hopefully I'm up here where I belong. Now these ones didn't print with the border all the way around them, so it's still all good. And with these on here, I don't have to do anything else to the tags because that kind of gussies them up good enough. Now this pocket, this little pocket set here, you can leave it as a standalone. You can clip it into your journal or scrapbook. Or you can paper clip it in. Or you can glue it down, glue on 3 sides. If you didn't want any more tags sticking out this way, you could glue around this side and have some tags here, or glue around all 3 sides and have some tags coming out the top. Or you could put it like this as just your pocket with the tags and all of that, and you could glue 3 sides this way, and you could still have more pockets this way. So you would have one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, and if you had this glued down, you would have 6 pockets. And I think that's a pretty good idea too, because you can fit some pretty good sized tags back there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stick these in. Okay, it's going to give me problems now, of course, you know. Video is almost over. We have all of the other stuff in there, should be stabilizing it a little bit. So the idea could be that you could just cut them down just a little tiny bit more, and then they would slip in a little easier. In the beginning, I had cut them down a little bit more than what I thought I needed them, but probably would be good just to trim them off a little bit more. So there we go. So it's classified just this way as a 5-pocket waterfall. If you glue it in, it could be a 6-pocket waterfall. So let me know down in the comments what you think. If you have any questions, comments, ideas, anything like that, just let me know. I probably could have done something else on here, but as far as, I just don't really know. Let me see real quick, because it just kind of looks plain now. I could just glue them on real quick. So let me uncap my glue. I don't have another green like that one, so have to use this one with it. So anyways, that's our video for today, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day and gets a lot of crafting done. Come back and see me for my next video. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye for now. Okay, so I just wanted to pop back on here for a minute, because while I was looking at this just looks pretty plain. So I cut a piece of lace, it's lace fabric, and I just kind of highlighted it around a little bit with pink ink. Thought I would put that in the center, and then I have this, says make art, and that's what we did here, we made art. So I went around it with pink, and I'm just going to glue that on there, and I think that'll just gussy that up just a little bit better. I didn't even think anything about putting a word or anything on there. So sometimes I think about it afterwards, and that's okay. Can always add after you get done. If you forget something and then you really like the idea of something, you can just stick it on there. So we'll just stick that down. I really like the design of the medallion. Sometimes I have a problem with covering stuff up, but I guess I gotta kind of get past that a little bit. there. So I think that finishes off a little bit more. But I also really think that this would look really cute in some of the darker colored digitals and stuff like that. So one of these days I might just have to make something like that also. And if I do, I'll either do a video or I'll show it. But anyways, so once again, that's my video for today, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day and happy crafting. Come back and see me for my next video. Bye for now.